What is going on, cryptocurrency investors? My name is Landon. You are watching Crypto Review Central. We cover all of the topics that are trending in cryptocurrency, so subscribe and click the white bell notification. We're also waiting to hit 200 likes on a video and we will roll out a giveaway. For everybody involved, all you have to do is smash that like button once you've watched the video, comment something of value along with your Bitcoin wallet address, and when we hit 200 likes, we will roll that out. The market has been in a low period for really the past few months, but it's been especially the case the past few weeks, seeing a dip into the lower end of the market cap and considering the high that everybody can't stop talking about and seems to be all the trend that the overall market has lost a good chunk of its value, yada yada yada. If you look at Bitcoin this time last year, it was $2,500, being $6,500 today, and that being an incredibly low for the asset. The grass is very, very green. Many are comparing what's happening in cryptocurrency with that of the dot-com bubble. And there's very valid arguments that everything is a bubble. It's just how big is it going to get? And how pronounced will the decline be as that bubble gets popped? There's a Business Insider article that got released yesterday that really delves into this issue, and I'd like to go over it right now. Because during this time of deep retracement, we need to find solace and go back to the philosophy underlying our entire motivation for this market, bringing not only financial systems but the industries that surround us and permeate our everyday lives onto the blockchain allows for a level of transparency and efficiency that is unheard of in traditional markets. There's no doubt there's amazing programs out there developed tirelessly by amazing engineers and software coders, but blockchain technology in and of the consensus algorithm provides a level of effectiveness along with transparency via the distributed ledger that no other development team can come up with. Polarizing figures like Steve Jobs have long been touted as geniuses that saw something before it was reality. With over 1,600 cryptocurrencies now and thousands of startups worldwide, crypto has raised $10 billion in just the last 2 years. Those that are surviving this recent low and those that can weather the storm throughout the droughts will be rewarded in kind. There's a small percentage of the population that is even aware this market exists, and a smaller number of those people are hardcore enthusiasts like myself who follow these markets in and out, the daily ebb and flows that contribute to this market that's seemingly on fire, both literally and proverbially. The idea is catching fire all over the world, but it seems to be burning internally right now, with a severe cut put right through the entire market, in that of the recent bear market that we've experienced really since about halfway through January. There's a ton of discussion on Reddit right now, really questioning the moral fabric with which the majority of the investor base has about this market. The discussion is in the cryptocurrency subreddit, talking about what would happen if Bitcoin died, using a Guilfoyle quote that says, "If Bitcoin dies, so what? MySpace and Friendster both died, but they paved the way for other social media like Facebook and Twitter to completely overrun the planet. Crypto is out there and it's not going away." It is hard to imagine cryptocurrency dying and something replacing it, but this was an ongoing discussion on Reddit and it is food for thought. Bitcoin is still up 156% this year, one Redditor said, and that is true. I just mentioned it was 2,500 this time last year, so we're doing well. Even many cryptocurrency advocates such as myself expect the majority of projects to fail, as is such in the Silicon Valley startup world. It takes a lot of grit and a lot of enduring times like these for good assets to be properly vetted and for all of the kinks and leaks to be worked out and remedied. EOS is recently undergoing a lot of public scrutiny with the delay of their mainnet launch, their trouble electing a block producer, and all of the bugs and problems that were encountered throughout that process. They've since rectified everything, and it seems like EOS or Dan Larimer can't really win. If they address problems properly, as is the expectation, they get tons of hate. And if they were to hide that problem and not fix it, it would cause the other half of the population to really dislike the idea or dislike the project. Dan Larimer's been honest about using EOS as a stepping stone to the future of Blockchain 3.0 and decentralized applications to work on mainnets. And that is what EOS is, and it is doing very well. With $9.4 billion in market cap, it's looking to solidify its place in the top 5. And it's easy to compare what is happening in cryptocurrency now to the dot-com boom and bust. There were so many of the same issues back then. So much money invested, so much money lost, so many lives changed for the good or for the bad, a ton of failed projects. Dominic Shiner, the creator of IOTA, told Business Insider earlier this year that he expects less than 10 of the more than 1,400 cryptocurrency projects that have sprung up over the last 2 years to survive. And a former JP Morgan trader turned crypto investor said that 5% of projects are worth backing. And Kyle Samani on Twitter goes through all of the top cryptocurrency assets with the recent SEC's public statement that Ethereum is not a security. It brings into question, well, which assets are securities? Being labeled a security is really not favorable as far as these assets' goals or roadmaps are concerned. They must be considered anything but a security, and many are fighting for the utility status. Ethereum is officially greenlit into not being a security, and the SEC has addressed that they will not likely list Ethereum as a security due to its decentralized nature. So Kyle Samani extrapolates on Twitter about other assets such as Litecoin and XRP. He does deem XRP a security, along with Stellar, IOTA, and Tron. So how does that change the overall landscape of this market? Well, it will drastically change it, and all of that is yet to be determined. All we can do is continue to monitor the markets as they evolve. But really, as I say, continue fighting the good fight, because whether or not crypto is here to stay, the idea and philosophy back in cryptocurrency is ushering in a whole new way of thinking, one of transparency, one of a peer-to-peer system free of centralized control, and therefore usually oppression. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Given the vast amount of power that these multi-billion-dollar assets would garner in the real world in traditional markets, leaves it open for a plethora of problems being created because of its centralization, let alone the oppression, the inefficiencies, and the corruption that goes on in traditional markets is rampant because everything is done behind closed doors. Opening those doors for the public to see and putting everything on a public distributed ledger allows for a global paradigm shift of basic philosophy that is happening in cryptocurrency, and it's going to take time. This technology is so profound. It's going to do so many amazing things for economic, social, and political systems the world over. Investing in crypto now is as good as an investment in the internet 10 years ago. Tesla made 2,000%, Facebook made 1,000, Google made 1,000. This is the same thing but earlier in the cycle, and getting a lot of public scrutiny because it provides the opportunity to get rich so ridiculously quickly. And you can find tons of clickbait titles out there like how to turn $100 into 1,000 or how to turn 500 into 50,000. And that has happened, but it is just like the majority of cryptocurrency assets that get released are in one way or another doomed to fail. Many crypto traders will start but not be successful. However, the long-term HODL approach, still dollar cost averaging your way to success, is probably the best bet in such a brand new market, in such an emerging yet just as polarizing of a philosophical roadmap. The potential implications are great. That is why we started Crypto Review Central, to bring not only the ebb and flow with the news every single day, but to cover ideological ideas like, is cryptocurrency going to really be the change that we know we need but have yet to have? Or is it going to usher in new ideologies that will end up taking root and spreading like wildfire? The article goes on to quote, "My long-term view is selling crypto now is like selling Apple in 2001. I'm a crypto bull, and I do believe blockchain technology has the potential to remake society by offering the promise of programmable assets and peer-to-peer networks. If you're into this technology, you're like, why hasn't everybody moved on to this technology? It's an endless opportunity to move things onto the blockchain. You have an insane amount of very smart people who are envisioning this future and trying to build products for it." So during this insane run-up that Apple had, there was obvious retracements. Obviously not to the degree we've had either. However, this is one company. whereas this is an entire network of companies. And the disruptiveness of it causes a lot of controversy. So there's going to be ups and downs. Year after year, cryptocurrency has been making more partnerships, developing assets to an insane amount of fascination by its consumer base, along with headhunting high executives in Wall Street and traditional industry, and slowly, ever so slowly, making a name for itself. Many of these assets have to stand the test of time and endure bad periods and serious retracements in order to have everything tested and working well. So I implore you to hang in there because the best is yet to come. More and more top analysts are publicly saying right now that the biggest bull run this market has ever seen is around the corner. And it seems like they've always been saying that, so I approach even that with an insane amount of skepticism. And we aren't as low as we can go. I wouldn't be surprised, and I did think it was in the cards, for us to touch $4,000, more than likely high 4,000, low 5,000, but I thought that was going to happen about last week. So I'm not sure if us holding at 6,500 means that we are just yet to retrace back to 4,000 and find support there, and Bitcoin will find its true bottom there, or if we are due to see a trend reversal from the 6,000 range. Nobody really knows the future, and anybody that tells you they do just shows inexperience or ulterior motives to saying that, such as getting your clicks or buying whatever product they're advertising. But I do feel that a trend reversal is in the cards. As is such, every action has an equal and opposite reaction, and I don't think cryptocurrencies are anywhere near done. So with that said, I do feel we will see a bull run this year. However short, however sustained, I don't really know, but I will be here for the entire process, reporting the relevant and trending news for you guys. So smash that like button, subscribe, click the white bell notification so you don't miss anything. If you blink, you might miss something, and hang in there because I do think the best is yet to come for this year. And even if we are bearish for another 12 months, let's say, being very pessimistic, I do think the future of this space remains incredibly bright. Thank you so much for watching Crypto Review Central. My name is Landon, and I will see you guys later.